Hi guys, I'm back at Ocean Healthcare today, and I have a few questions about hormone replacement therapy, HRT. For women, do I need it? I'm 43. It's from what I've heard, it's for women who are about to go into menopause. I don't have symptoms, but I'm wondering, because of the secondary infertility I experienced before, they had told me that my ovaries were that of a 43-year-old, and that was 5 years ago. So I'm just wondering if maybe hormonally that gets me at 48. So I'm here with Dr. Goodman and Dr. Chris and at Ocean Healthcare, and I'm just going to talk to them today and ask them a few questions about this. So here we are. Dr. Chris, let's just start out. What is hormone replacement therapy? Who's the candidate?
Okay, well, of course, all of our biological processes are based on hormones, and as we age, they naturally decline. That's just a natural consequence of things. But what's happening nowadays, in addition to the natural decline, is due to contaminants in our food and our environment, hormones are declining at a more rapid rate. And so while we can maintain living with lower levels of hormones, we're better off with optimal ranges. And I just wanted to define optimal range as an anabolic steroid. Optimal range is where your high normal value should be.
Right. And so who would be a candidate for that, or who should start to come to you for this?
I think anyone that's concerned about their health should have a baseline panel just to see where they're at.
Okay.
Treatment wise, I'm not going to suggest a hormone replacement unless there's a symptom and a deficiency.
Okay. Got it.
So pretty much, I'd say everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. When I talked before, Dr. Goodman, to you and Dr. Jarvis, we talked about how a holistic healthcare provider, I feel, is really the way to go for people over 40, just because you're really going to treat the person. And just tell us a little bit more about that. So what would you like to see when Dr. Chris draws my blood for the hormones?
Well, when we draw the blood, we want to look at the whole picture of the person, not just specifically hormones alone. So I want to see everything. If there's heavy metals in the body, is there a sensitivity to different foods, how inflammation factors, history, see cholesterol, triglycerides, getting into every aspect of, so looking at the whole person, not as an individual, not a specific area alone.
And so when people come to you at different ages, are there going to be certain, what are the normal questions that you would ask, just so you two would both know what to pull?
Well, I have a symptom questionnaire.
Okay.
And that sort of standardizes things, so I don't have to guess and recreate the wheel.
Okay.
In addition to what I heard Jeff talk about, if you go to a regular physician, you're really looking to manage some sort of problem. I have hypertension, I have diabetes. What we are doing here is we're trying to optimize health. So while we do help people with their diabetes, help people with other problems, they may have their blood pressure, their cholesterol, what we're really looking to do is just to modify preventable risk factors such as high cholesterol, supplement deficiencies, and supplement your body with hormones just to help the functioning and improve the health. Okay.
Yeah, and explain to me also, so I have a friend, one of my male friends who's 45 now. He said he's about to start testosterone. So why would he need that, and how did he probably find that out?
Mm-hmm. Again, there's a natural decline in hormones in men and women. Mm-hmm. In men, the average hormones do decline, but not only do they decline over time, but every decade, the average normal for any individual age group is declining. Okay. And so again, environmental factors, diet, toxins, whatever. And honestly, it's not really known.
Right.
There's a lot of different things. We've all heard of endocrine disruptors.
Yes.
It could be a number of things. And it probably is very multifactorial, which makes it complicated. So your friend, I would assume, is having some symptoms. He doesn't have the energy he had before. He doesn't get the sleep he had before. He doesn't have the relationship power that he had before, or whatever. There's a number of things. Or maybe he's just looking to optimize his health and found that his level was low. I'm not sure what I'm talking about.
And what would be some symptoms of a female who might need HRT?
Okay. So they're all kind of similar, and they're kind of general. So you could be, again, not having the energy you had before, not having, your mood could be less, sleep bad, never feeling refreshed, classic stuff. I gain weight, I can't lose it. That's very common. Yeah, just about every little general symptom you can come up with.
Okay, Interesting to me because the only symptom I have, and I know a few friends who are here with me, is that like pretty intense rage, like right around the period. And I laugh because my father blamed the change on like everything my mom did for like my whole high school career. But I feel for my women friends that are really indeed going through the change, and especially the ones that actually have their daughters that are at the beginning, right? And some of these daughters that are like in 5th and 6th grade. I have a son, so I will not go through this, but I hear that it's a challenge. And that makes a lot of sense why there is that mother-daughter friction right around that time, and they're each at the opposite spectrums. It makes a lot of sense to me. Okay, so, and I have another question for Dr. Goodman because he's a naturopath. And I'm not sure if I'm not having any of these symptoms that they talk about, but I am getting increased anger around that time of the month. So, but I'm wondering, because I have gone down a spiritual path, if it does maybe have to do with, the moons, the moons or the solar eclipse and things like that. So I'm gonna talk to Dr. Goodman about that. Okay, Dr. Goodman. So again, because I am on that spiritual path now, I believe that maybe I'm not having the symptoms necessarily related directly to the hormones. It could have to do with the changing moons. It could have to do with, solar eclipse. So what do you think?
Yeah, that's what's so important. As a naturopath, we take everything into consideration. Time of the month, moon, and it all has to do with energy, vibrations. Everything in life is energy. The same thing with acupuncture is moving the meridians, which is energy. The same way when we spoke last time about applied kinesiology, muscle testing, it's the amount of energy that goes into the body of determining if it's strong, something strong, or if it's not strong, if it's good for you or if it's not good for you. And that's where we get into also homeopathy, which is vibrations. If you take a homeopathic remedy, you put it under a microscope, all you're going to see is milk sugar. Yet homeopathy has incredible energy into changing the vibration of an individual's constitution. Go to Europe, homeopathy is very big. It's not so big here because you're going through different layers, like an onion. You're peeling the layers off and different symptoms can come to the surface, and then we deal with that specific issue. And what's wonderful about homeopathy, it helps the body heal itself. Right. And especially when it comes to with going through symptoms of menopause or premenopause with the anger, the rage, the hot flashes. So we could, using different homeopathic remedies, will help change the vibrations in the individual to help cut down on the symptoms. At the same time, we'll get into supplements. That there's different herbs and vitamins to use, as well as minerals that will help curve and balance. So the proper way of looking at it, you're an individual, and we have to look at the whole person. Everyone is different, so we have to balance out that particular person to their needs. Right. And most traditional allopathic physicians are very different in their approach and the way they were educated than we are.
Okay, that makes sense. And then, so the last time I was here, and we identified a kidney chi deficiency. And so, what are some things that I can do to work on that?
Sure. For kidney chi deficiency, kidney chi has to do with the emotions. Of course, you're going through anger, so we need to deal with the anger. So one way would be giving you a homeopathic remedy to help change the energy for the kidneys. Another way would be actually acupressure, acupuncture, which would help the energy for the kidneys. Colors that you wear. Gray will weaken the kidneys. If you do a AK test and you just look at the color gray, every muscle will become weak. Then if you look at the color blue, every muscle will become strong. So people don't realize where they live, if they have a kidney chi deficiency and they have gray walls and gray floors and everything they wear is gray, it's just going to weaken their energy as well.
Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. All right, thank you. Okay, all right, Dr. Chris. So obviously you guys are in Fort Lauderdale. I'm in Jupiter. I'm making the trip because, I love you guys. I mean, especially because you're all from New York. You're like family to me. But why Ocean Healthcare? There's so many holistic healthcare providers popping up in Broward and Palm Beach County.
Okay, great question, Kelly. I think what sets us apart and what I'm looking to achieve here is not just bioidentical hormone replacement, especially your online stuff where you fill out a symptom questionnaire and they send you medications, and if you have a problem, good luck. You know, we're looking to set up a relationship, and we're looking to provide continuity of care, ongoing treatment, and that stuff doesn't need to be done in person. You know, we can communicate by other electronic means. The other part to it is we're looking to set up a functional bioidentical hormone plan. So what that means is we're going to look at the supplements, we're going to look at other aspects of your life, such as your diet, your exercise, your stress management, your spiritual basis, just to make sure that you're, you know, achieving your best you.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.